to Royal Commentator Ben Lord. Thanks very much indeed for being with us. What did you make of the tone of the announcement?
Tonight's announcement has been incredibly brave, filled with stoicism, but is undoubtedly in reaction to the intense speculation that has become a blazing inferno, quite honestly, across social media and strands of journalistic media over the past few days. And I think it's quite unprecedented, but nevertheless intimate, personal, carefully crafted in that typical way that the Princess of Wales speaks, with such a common touch that so many across the country and indeed the world will resonate with.
So do you think that they have had to change their strategy in the light of what you've described, of the kind of frenzy of speculation and disinformation that's been around online?
It's entirely unprecedented for members of the royal family, and in particular senior members of the royal family, to so candidly appear on camera to announce such a significant piece of personal news. It's most unlike anything we've seen, and therefore it is undoubtedly, because of what has happened over the past couple of weeks, from Mother's Day through to the serialised photograph in newspapers this week of her appearance last weekend out and about in Windsor, and all of the commentary around the editing and enhancement of those photographs, that there will have been a position where Sheila felt compelled to somehow distill this once and for all. And it's most unfortunate that she's been forced to do that, but nevertheless she has, with that stoic bravery, and one hopes now that she will be given that time, space and privacy that she referenced in her address to come to terms with this, deal with the treatment that she's being prescribed, and look to her future and recovery.
I mean, because the context is also that we've had even earlier this week an investigation being launched into alleged unauthorised attempts to access her confidential medical records at the clinic she was treated at. Do you think that by putting this out there in the public in this way, that kind of intrusion will die down, or do you think that we're in an era where actually that sort of thing will continue to happen?
I think matters surrounding the royal family, it's not foreign that there has been intense inquisitiveness around their lives beyond what we see publicly for some 30 or 40 years and beyond. It's just as technology and the media has evolved that the inquisitiveness has increased. Therefore, people will, it seems, stop at no boundaries to see what they can serialise, see what they can find, to be able to then thrust into the public domain. So it's probably without surprise that with those governance issues that the London Clinic are investigating at the moment, that that will have played a part in the announcement that was broadcast tonight.
And tell us a little bit about her support network. I mean, she mentions in her statement, she says, having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too, as is the love, support and kindness that's been shown by so many of you. And presumably also there's her immediate family. Tell us a little bit about how they operate and how they would rally around in a situation like this.
I think it's quite clear throughout the time that the Princess of Wales has been a member of the royal family that she and the royal family have very much included her own family, the Middleton family, into their world and made sure that they are protected and cared for and looked after accordingly. So it's quite clear that the princess's own family, she has a close relationship with her mother and her father and her siblings. They will all be wanting to rally round her and support her accordingly, just as much as what the immediate family on William's side will be doing as well. So I think we can very much expect that they will be on hand, close by. But nevertheless, this is quite unprecedented for the Prince of Wales to be enduring right now. Not only has he had to provide that additional support following his father's cancer diagnosis, but now he's faced with doing the same with his wife, whilst maintaining that public outlook and that public duty that he does, but at the same time feeling it very much as a husband and a father to protect and care for his family as he needs to in their hours and days ahead.
And on that, as a public figure, as perhaps one of the most public figures in the country, how difficult will it be for him to access the kind of support that other people might get, that families might otherwise get when there's a cancer diagnosis, for a relative? Do you think that that's something he will get? And also there's also the situation where he's no longer that close to his brother, who one might think at that time would be a source of support, as you say, when his father's cancer and his wife has cancer?
Fundamentally, I think what needs to be borne in mind is that the royal family are still people, and therefore what they endure, whether it be in their health or in other aspects of their private life, but in this particular instance with their health, they are entitled to receive the same level of compassion, support, and empathy that any other person would be going through in a similar journey. And I'm very much assured, as I'm sure everybody else will be, that those taking care of the Princess of Wales won't just be thinking of her needs and treatment first and foremost, but that of her immediate surrounding family as well. And I am sure that the Prince of Wales will be very much a part of that. It's going to be challenging. Let's not forget that. Human factors will come into play. There will be times where he would probably much rather be staying at home, but looking after his family, but has got royal commitments to be elsewhere. But nevertheless, the internal workings of the royal household, coupled with the medical teams, both again part of the royal household, but equally those in the specialty looking after the princess, will be making sure that all of their needs are met and cared for to the best level that possible.
How important is it, do you think, with both the Princess of Wales and the King, that this shines a light on a condition or a disease that is so prevalent in the country?
I think what this demonstrates is that a disease like cancer is completely indiscriminate, irrespective of whether you may be able to afford some of the best private type of healthcare, which is no different in quality to what we see through our National Health Service. I think it's quite clear that this is a completely indiscriminate condition, and therefore will resonate throughout the world with people going through their cancer journeys right now, or who may have gone through it previously, and it will have a deep touch to everybody that's endured that. So I think it's fair to say that the royals will be adjusting and adapting to this, much the same as what anybody else who receives such harrowing diagnoses on a daily basis.
Ben Lord, thank you very much indeed for coming on to talk to us. Thank you.